Hey guys, welcome back, I'm Jay. In this episode, we're going to look at AWS Database Migration Service. AWS Database Migration Service or DMS is a cloud service that makes it easy to migrate the relational database, data warehouse, NoSQL database, and other types of data stores. You can use DMS to migrate your data into the AWS cloud, or migrate data between databases in AWS. You can also use DMS for cross-region migration. DMS is highly available as it provides multi-AZ option for database migration with redundant instances. It also helps you migrate databases with zero downtime. All data changes to the source database are continuously replicated to the target, allowing the source database to remain fully operational during the migration. After the database migration is completed, the target database will remain synchronized with the source database. You can use DMS for both one-time data migration, as well as continuous data replication. For continuous data replication, it's recommended enabling multi-AZ option for high availability. DMS supports homogeneous migrations for the same database type, and heterogeneous migrations for different database engines. DMS can be used to migrate data into or out of AWS, or between AWS databases for development purposes. You can take advantage of AWS rapid provisioning and scalability, to create a development or test environment that is identical to the production environment. With DMS, you can create and work on copies of production data, without disrupting existing DevOps processes. You can use DMS to consolidate multiple source databases into a single target database. DMS supports both homogeneous and heterogeneous migrations. The source databases can be databases running on EC2 instances, RDS databases, on-premises databases, or a mix of different databases spread across different locations. For example, you can have one source database running on premises, the second one running on EC2, and the third one is an RDS database. The target can be a database running on EC2 instance or an RDS database. You can use DMS to run continuous data replication for a number of use cases, such as disaster recovery, global database distribution, and dev test environment synchronization. DMS supports continuous data replications for both homogeneous and heterogeneous databases. You can replicate data from multiple source databases to multiple target databases. At a high level, DMS is a server that runs replication software in AWS. DMS consists of three components: their replication instance, source and target endpoints, and replication task. A replication instance is simply a managed EC2 instance that hosts multiple replication tasks. DMS uses source and target endpoints to access your source or target databases. You need to create source and target endpoints, to tell DMS where to extract data from and load data to. A replication task defines what tables and replication processes you want to use. You can schedule a replication task that runs on this server, to move a set of data from the source endpoint to the target endpoint. DMS supports the following data stores as a source for data migration. These source data stores can be databases running on your on-premises servers or EC2 instances, including Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, MongoDB, SAP ASE and IBM DB2, and Amazon RDS databases including Aurora DB clusters, and data stores using Amazon S3. DMS also supports data migrations from Azure SQL Database. The supported target data stores are databases running on your on-premises servers or EC2 instances, including Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, MariaDB, PostgreSQL and SAP ASE, and Amazon RDS databases, Amazon S3, Redshift Data Warehouse, Amazon DynamoDB, Elasticsearch Service, Kinesis Data Streams, Amazon DocumentDB, Amazon Neptune, and Managed Apache Kafka. DMS supports both homogeneous and heterogeneous data migrations. In homogeneous database migrations, the source and target database engines are the same or compatible database types, such as migration from on-premises Oracle to RDS Oracle, or from MySQL to Amazon Aurora database. As the schema structure and data types are compatible between the source and target databases, homogeneous database migration is a one-step process. You need to create a migration task with connections to the source and target databases, then instruct DMS to start the migration, and DMS takes care of the rest. In heterogeneous database migrations, the source and target databases engines are not compatible, such as migration from Oracle to Amazon Aurora database, or from Microsoft SQL Server to MySQL database. Because the schema structure and data types between the source and target databases are different, it requires a schema and code transformation before the data migration starts. First, you need to convert the source schema and code to match the target database using AWS Schema Conversion Tool or SCT. Then use DMS to migrate data from the source database to the target database. All required data type conversions will automatically be done by the DMS during the migration. You can use the AWS Schema Conversion Tool or SCT to convert your existing database schema from one database engine to another. With SCT, you can convert the schema of the OLTP database, such as MySQL database, or the schema of the OLAP database, such as Oracle Data Warehouse. Depending on the source database, the converted schema is suitable for an RDS database including Aurora DB cluster, or Redshift Data Warehouse cluster. It can also be used with a database running EC2 instance, or data stored in an S3 bucket. SCT supports several industry standards for data security and privacy, including FIPS and FedRAMP. SCT makes it easy to convert schema and data types for a number of relational databases, data warehouse, and NoSQL databases. Here is a list of supported schema conversions. SCT supports database schema conversion from the following source database engines, including Amazon Aurora, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, SAP ASE and IBM DB2, to the target databases provided by Amazon RDS. You can convert schema and data types from the following source data warehouse systems, including Oracle Data Warehouse, Teradata, Microsoft SQL Server, Vertica, Netezza, and Greenplum, to the target data warehouse clusters provided by Amazon Redshift. SCT also supports NoSQL conversions from Cassandra Database to Amazon DynamoDB. In this episode, we've learned the AWS Database Migration Service and Schema Conversion Tool. AWS Database Migration Service or DMS is a cloud service that makes it easy to migrate relational databases, data warehouse, NoSQL databases, and other types of data stores. You can use DMS to migrate your data into the AWS cloud, or migrate data between databases in AWS. You can also use DMS for cross-region migration. DMS is highly available as it provides multi-AZ option for database migration with redundant instances. It also helps you migrate databases with zero downtime. You can use DMS for one-time data migration, as well as continuous data replication. For continuous data replication, it's recommended enabling multi-AZ option for high availability. DMS consists of three components. They are replication instance, source and target endpoints, and replication task. A replication instance is simply a managed EC2 instance that hosts multiple replication tasks. DMS uses source and target endpoints to access your source and target databases. A replication task defines what tables and replication processes you want to use. DMS supports homogeneous migrations for the same database type, and heterogeneous migrations for different database engines. For homogeneous migrations, you can directly use DMS to migrate data from the source database to the target database. For heterogeneous migrations, you need to convert the source schema and code using SCT before the data migration. Okay, that's all for AWS DMS. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.
Hope you've enjoyed watching this episode. If you liked the video, please help us and hit the like button. If you want to watch more tutorials, please subscribe to the Cloudemy TV channel. Make sure to turn on the notification and stay tuned. At Cloudemy, we're passionate about cloud and AI technology. Please share your feedback and thoughts in the comments below. Feel free to let us know what topics you'd like to watch. Happy watching and happy learning.